A land united Korea before division. Korea, a peninsula jutting out from the Asian mainland, boasts a rich history spanning millennia. Unified for centuries under the Joseon dynasty, Korea was renowned for its cultural achievements in art, literature, and innovation. The Korean people, bound by a common language and heritage, thrived in this period of relative peace and prosperity. However, this tranquility would be shattered by the encroaching tendrils of imperialism in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. As Western powers and a newly modernized Japan vied for influence in Asia, Korea found itself caught in the crosshairs of geopolitical ambitions. The once secluded kingdom, prizing its independence and cultural identity, faced a precarious future. Little did the Korean people know their world was about to be irrevocably transformed by the approaching storm of global conflict and ideological division, a storm that would cleave their nation in two. Under the rising sun, Japanese occupation and its aftermath. Japan, emerging as a major power in Asia, annexed Korea in 1910, beginning a brutal 35-year occupation. The Japanese sought to erase Korean culture and identity, replacing it with their own. Koreans were forced to adopt Japanese names, speak the Japanese language, and were subjected to harsh labor and discrimination. Resistance to Japanese rule was widespread, both within Korea and abroad. Korean independence fighters engaged in guerrilla warfare and formed exile governments. However, it was the defeat of Japan in World War II that finally brought an end to the occupation. The liberation of Korea, however, did not bring the peace and unity the Korean people had longed for. Instead, it ushered in a new era of division and conflict, one with repercussions that continue to this day. A house divided, the split of North and South Korea. The end of World War II brought about a new global order, with the United States and the Soviet Union emerging as superpowers. Korea, now free from Japanese rule, became a pawn in the burgeoning Cold War. The peninsula was divided along the 38th parallel, with Soviet forces occupying the north and American forces in the south. This arbitrary division, intended as a temporary measure, soon solidified into two separate states with opposing ideologies. The communist-backed Democratic People's Republic of Korea was established in the north under the leadership of Kim Il-sung, while the Capitalist Republic of Korea was established in the south under Syngman Rhee. The Korean people, yearning for reunification after decades of Japanese oppression, now found themselves separated by an ideological chasm and a heavily fortified border. Their hopes for a unified and independent Korea seemed increasingly distant. Section 4. The Forgotten War, Its Causes and Consequences. The Korean War, which erupted in 1950, was a direct consequence of the Cold War division. North Korean forces backed by the Soviet Union and China invaded the South, aiming for reunification under communist rule. The United States, along with UN forces, intervened in support of South Korea, leading to a brutal 3-year conflict. The war resulted in millions of casualties, both military and civilian, and left the Korean peninsula devastated. Despite numerous attempts at a peaceful resolution, the war ended in 1953 with an armistice agreement, not a peace treaty. The two Koreas remained technically at war, separated by a demilitarized zone along the 38th parallel. The Korean War had a profound and lasting impact on the Korean peninsula and the world. It solidified the division of Korea, intensified the Cold War rivalry, and left a legacy of mistrust and hostility between North and South. Section 5. Two worlds apart. Cultural and economic disparities. Over the decades following the Korean War, North and South Korea embarked on radically different paths. South Korea, with significant aid from the United States, underwent rapid industrialization and economic growth, becoming a global economic powerhouse and a vibrant democracy. North Korea, on the other hand, isolated itself from the rest of the world, pursuing a policy of self-reliance known as yush. The country developed a centrally planned economy and a totalitarian regime under the Kim dynasty. Today, the two Koreas stand in stark contrast. South Korea boasts a thriving economy, a vibrant democracy, and a technologically advanced society. North Korea, in contrast, faces chronic economic hardship, severe human rights abuses, and international isolation.